In just the first 41 days of 2026, more than 1,250 Nigerians have been killed in violent incidents, an average of 27 deaths every single day. That's not speculation, that's a lived reality of families buried in grief, communities terrorized, and a nation under assault. And last week underscores just how deep the crisis has become. In the northwestern part of Zamfara state, armed attackers raided villages including Tugandutse in Bukuyum local government area, killing at least 50 civilians and abducting women and children in a prolonged coordinated assault. In Kebbi state, insurgent activity by militants such as the Lakurawa group left at least 33 people dead in coordinated raids on rural communities. And these are not isolated incidents. They are part of an escalating pattern across multiple states. This is not random violence. This is organized terror. Armed groups operating with impunity, moving through states, attacking villages, burning homes, killing civilians and abducting women and children. And while this unfolds, Nigeria's leadership seems more concerned about the 2027 elections than the daily loss of lives. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has publicly commended the National Security Advisor for doing a good job. Yet, the numbers, the bodies, they continue to pile up. They tell a starkly different story. Our attacks decreasing, our kidnappings reducing, our rural areas becoming safer, our security forces reclaiming territory and protecting lives. If the answer is no, if the average Nigerian still fears closing their eyes, then apathy is not an option. When violence remains frequent, the numbers speaks louder than speeches. Now, there's also growing concern that national political energy appears increasingly focused on 2027 elections. Defections, alliances, positioning, and calculations, while insecurity remains unresolved in many regions. Politics is normal in a democracy. Elections are important, but security is foundational. You cannot build an election strategy on unstable ground. You cannot campaign effectively in communities that are under siege. You cannot talk about 2027 while 2026 is still bleeding, because security is not judged by intent, it is judged by impact. If violence continues at this level, then the state must recalibrate strategy, not defend perception. Leadership requires confronting uncomfortable data, strengthening coordination, improving accountability, and focusing relentlessly on protecting lives. Elections will come in 2027, power will be contested, campaigns will be loud, but none of that matters if insecurity continues to define daily life. The real question is simple. Is Nigeria moving towards measurable security gains, or are we distracted by political positioning while communities remain exposed and vulnerable? Which way Nigeria, towards stability, protection, and restored confidence, or towards continued violence under the shadow of political ambition? The answer will define not just 2027, but the survival and credibility of the Nigerian state itself. Good morning, Nigerians.